press clippings from yesterday's session, and the government has been quite successful in relegating this issue to the lunatic fringe. I have but one article, I have several articles I'm going to comment on only one of them, and I really don't know where it played. It says the mock Congress hearing on aliens is heavy on real-life Mulders and not Scullys. I had no idea who Mulders and Scullys were until I read it. But apparently, in the X-Files, Agent Fox Mulder believes in all things, little green men, Roswell, men in black, whatever, and Agent Dana Scully believes in science. Scully forces Mulder to find hard evidence that there's a massive conspiracy to cover up aliens' existence. The problem with this week's alien panel, that we're an alien panel now, at the National Press Club is that any of the participating members of Congress who might naturally be a Scully have been incented to suspend their disbelief because the Citizen Hearing Foundation is paying them $20,000 plus expenses to listen to the testimony. That's just insulting that we can be bought for $20,000. That's ridiculous. Goes on to say the panelists, and they mentioned the panelists, and I'm one of the panelists, and former member Roscoe Bartlett. In an opening statement, Bartlett said he hadn't fulfilled his duty in office by failing to hold hearings on extraterrestrials. I never said that. What I'd said was that the Congress, I, a part of it, had failed in its responsibility to respond to the constitutional requirement that we had a responsibility to respond to people to petition their government for a redress of grievances. It's in the First Amendment. It's very clear. I never said that I believed in extraterrestrials. I believe that there are sightings out there that cannot be easily explained away. That is one of the possible explanations of them. There may be others, but I never made that statement. Compounding the problem, eyebrow-raising testimonies that several of these politicians have reputation for being a little wacky. And when it comes...
I don't know who said that.
Huh?
Who said it?
I don't know, if you tell me.
Who's it from? What network or paper?
I don't know. You know, I can't tell you. This was the article, and you tell me where it came from.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, I want to read on. Bartlett has, this is why I'm wacky. Bartlett has warned of the dangers of an electromagnetic pulse, a theoretical nuclear blast in space that would fry electrical circuits and kill the internet. This is not theoretical. We did precisely that in 1962 over Johnston Island. It's called Starfish Prime, and it shut down we didn't have any electronics in '62. It shut down electrical equipment in Hawaii 800 miles away. The Congress set up an EMP commission. It functioned for 8 years, for 4 Congresses. It was chaired by Dr. Bill Graham, the science advisor to President Reagan. Johnny Foster was on it, the father of most of our nuclear weapons. Dr. Joan Woodard was on it. She is the deputy director at Sandia Labs. And Dr. Lowell Wood from Lawrence Livermore was on it. This is the person that Tom Clancy told me, in his view, was the smartest man hired by the U.S. government. That commission functioned for 8 years. As a result of their functioning, the Pentagon has set up a permanent commission, a permanent panel, task force on EMP. John Kyle has made a statement that says that this is one of the few, as a matter of fact, it's the only event I know of that could end us as a sovereign nation. You can read his comment on that. Now, I'm just insulted that the press does this. Now, these statements have no basis in reality. And I want to point out something else, how successful they've been. Here is a fact sheet that was put out by the Air Force. And it's about unidentified flying objects in Air Force Project Blue Book. They did everything they could to debunk 618 sightings, but 701 of them, they could not find any way to rationalize it away. That's a pretty large number. And then they make 2 statements. You know, one thing they say is that there was never any indication of threat to our national security. Then why in heck the classification, the secret classification, if there's no threat to our security? Those two things are just mutually exclusive, aren't they? You can't say one and then not and then say the other. They said there was no evidence submitted to or discovered by the Air Force that sightings categorized as unidentified represented technology developments or principles beyond the range of modern scientific knowledge. It reminds me of Goebbels in his statement, just say it often enough, no matter how big the lie, and people will soon believe it. We have radar tracks. We have radar tracks showing that these objects, whatever they are, behave in ways that no aircraft of no country in the world can do. That just isn't true. There was no evidence indicating the sightings categorized as unidentified or extraterrestrial vehicles. That's true. But there is a lot of evidence. That they couldn't be anything that is publicized by either our country or by Russia or by China. China is now entering a player in this domain. I'm generally a pretty quiet individual, but you know, this press stuff is just clearly outrageous. The audacity and the ignorance of something like that just infuriates me.
Thank you.
And then the same press that is ridiculing what we're doing today is totally silent when the Air Force puts out a fact sheet like this. It is anything but a fact sheet because there are statements on it that are clearly not true. So there has to be an accountability for this. Those they're not. Thank you for holding this hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. Congresswoman